My name is Jason Boris, and I'm teaching 3 band classes at Harvest Park this year. I also teach elementary instrumental music at all 9 elementary schools in Pleasanton. A little bit about myself. I grew up in Pleasanton, and I went to Harvest Park when I was in middle school back just like a couple years ago, not very long ago at all, because I'm not that old. I'm also a professional trombone player. I play in a bunch of orchestras around the Bay Area. I've performed with the San Francisco Opera Orchestra. I've performed with Opera San Jose and a small group called the West Edge Opera that plays all around the East Bay. I've also played a lot of symphony orchestras. I've driven up as far north as Santa Rosa to perform with the Santa Rosa Symphony, as far south as the Monterey Symphony, and out in the Central Valley with groups like the Modesto Symphony. So I've played all over the Bay Area, and I love being able to do that, except that now we can't, which is sad. Harvest Park has so many students in band that there are 4 bands. There's an intermediate band, a concert band, a symphonic band, and a wind ensemble. We only have great bands at Harvest Park. Whichever band your child is in, it's a great band. I will try to have your kids playing this year as much as possible as we do this remotely, at least for the time being. When we Zoom, I'll try as much as I can to have them play. It doesn't work to have everyone playing at the same time, and it doesn't work for me to hear everyone at the same time when we are Zooming. What does work is if the students mute themselves and then I play and they do some call and response activities for our synchronous times. For our asynchronous times, which means the times when they're just recording themselves whenever they're able to, we're going to use an app called Flipgrid. A lot of the kids already know how to use that. It's really great because they can just record themselves playing short little scales. It can be up to 3 minutes. They can play something and I can hear it back, and I can give them feedback visually with a video, or I can give them written feedback very quickly. In all those times, it's really helpful. In the Zoom times and in the Flipgrid times, it's really helpful if we can see the child playing, if we can see what their embouchure looks like, if we can see what their fingers are doing on their instrument, if we can see how they're holding it and sitting up tall, we can give them better feedback. So I've been encouraging the students when they use Flipgrid and when they play on Zoom to let me see them so that I can give better feedback. We will try to make some collaboration video concerts. If we're not able to do a winter concert, it seems unlikely that we'll be able to have hundreds and hundreds of people gathering in the Harvest Park gym in December. We'll try to make some collaboration videos, some compilation videos of all the students performing some pieces, and it'd be really great if your child could participate in that. Here's a quick philosophy, a quick thought that I think I've been trying to share with the kids. A little bit of work every day will lead to great progress over the long term. I think the kids overestimate what they can do in a week, and they underestimate what they can do in 6 months. I'm going to say that again because I think it's really important. The kids overestimate what they can do in a week, and they underestimate what they can do in 6 months. A great example of that being put into play, being put into action, is the book that I mentioned in an email I sent to everyone about the book called Festival Solos. We have made Festival Solos available to the kids as a PDF on our Google Classroom, but I'm a dad of 2 teenage kids right now, and they need less screen time and not more. So if you use the PDF, you're looking at a screen. And if you were to buy the book on your own, then your child could be looking at an actual book and playing in the real world and not in a screen, and that's what I want for my kids. So if you've not done that already, you might consider purchasing the book Festival Solos. I'll send an email with a link of how you could buy that. Certainly if you need to use the PDFs that we have available on the Google Classroom, you can do that. But the reason that ties in to the overestimating what we can do in a week and underestimating what we can do in 6 months is that book has 15 songs. And if you were to practice 1 song a week from that book, it progressively gets a little harder. It progressively expands the range of notes that we play. It progressively has more complicated rhythms. And kids get better so fast in 6 months if they play one of those songs for once a week, if they focus on one of those tunes for a week. and then 15 weeks later, they will notice that they are better. There's 2 books. Each book has 15 songs. And the book 2, first song, is a little bit harder than the last song of book 1. So that can be a really great way to get better over the course of about 30 weeks. So that's about it. I'm really excited to get started. I'm really excited that we've been able to play a little bit with the kids, and I would love to see you all in person someday soon.